Ready?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm starting my first coat of red. Holy doodles.
They were deep.
Yeah, he did 2 coats. The video I watched, it's such a cool looking finish. I had to try it for myself. How the heck did he manage to make it so even? That's the problem with dyeing it this way, but I suppose the finish...
So what are you making exactly?
I'm doing a marble finish. It's a technique I saw on a YouTube video on a leather channel.
And what are you making from it?
Well, for now, I'm just making a practice. This is the first time I've done this technique.
Okay.
But if it works, my husband is going to be making a knife. He forges knives and swords, but he's going to be making a knife. And I'm making this specifically to use for a knife sheath.
Okay.
But he has to make the knife, and then I'm making this. It's just a offcut from a roll of leather.
Okay.
I'm not sure the weight of this leather. I think we call it sheath leather. I can't remember the weight in ounces of what this one is, but basically it's the thickness. I think it's 4 ounce. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I think I better try my...
And then you're going to design
This
a
is my
picture in it, right?
second coat. No picture, it's marble.
Oh, it's just a marbling. Okay.
Marbling, yeah.
Okay.
But it starts off with 2 coats of the red. Oh my goodness, how did he make it so nice and even? Now another video I watched did it a little bit differently, but I'm trying it this way.
Okay.
The other video I watched, it actually, he oiled the hide first. I don't have the
oil.
The oil that he used. I don't have any oil. Like, I don't know how that would impact how the dye goes in. It seemed to work for him, but I'm not certain. I kind of like that, actually. And then he let it dry. I'm just going to darken up a few of the lighter patches. I mean, it's going to be marbled anyways, but that's a nice red.
It is a pretty red.
But the one I watched, it was so cool to see it. I was like, I have to try it. This is the messy part. And I don't believe it's too important to get an even, well, you got to have even distribution of the dye itself, but I mean the overlaps, this is an issue. I'm just a novice at the dyeing pretty much. On bigger, this is the biggest piece I've ever dyed all at once. So clearly I've seen on another channel how they do it. It's called a dip dye, but they have lots of supplies, and I don't have the supplies or the space to do that.
But you've done lots of leather work.
I've done lots of leather work, but I still consider myself a novice.
Okay.
Just because I'm no expert, I'm not professional yet.
Okay.
I try to make it as nice as I can.
Well, I'll show one other sample here. Hang on, I'm just going to take you over here.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to show the other stuff you make.
That's my messy desk. That's wood burning.
That's wood burning technique,
Well,
which is
leather
very pretty.
A leather, piece of leather.
Piece of leather that you did with a woodworking tool, burning tool thingy.
Leather pyrography, it's called.
Okay.
It was a technique that I've seen wood burning, and I know you can do leather burning, and that's another technique I'm testing myself out with.
Oh, it's pretty.
Well, I know, and I just need to see how to finish it. Is that going to be dark? Oh yeah, that'll be right.
That's going to be really dark. It's really pretty.
Well, it does lighten up when it's
Dried up.
dry.
Yeah. Well, it's very
But
cool.
One key pointer was make sure to have on hand. I know this isn't necessarily a tutorial, but I like to explain things because people watching don't necessarily know what the heck is going on. And I find it frustrating when I'm watching like the tutorial videos if they skip a step or don't say what they did as a next step. But for now, this is parchment paper, And I just laid it down to protect my work surface, which is just a work table, but still you don't want dye everywhere because once it gets wet, it can color everything. I found that out with the blue stuff I use. Made a big mess, got it all over some leather I was working on.
Okay.
And then after you're done dyeing, like see here, look, just a couple of patches of red that splashed out. And it's gonna get everywhere.
Okay, so in the next step, you're going to be making the sheath itself.
No, the next step, I gotta do the rest of the marble technique.
Okay, so we'll come back for part 2.
We're gonna have to, because this has to dry enough that it's going to be marbleable.
Marbleable.
Marbleable. So that I can make the marble.
Okay, so we'll see you in part 2 then.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for watching. See
Thank
you
you.
later. Bye.